future. If you'd like me to do a prediction for you, let me know in the chat or in the description or wherever you like. Just waiting for some of the people to come on to the show for today. Just a reminder, our show times and all that wonderful stuff is at our website at secondreadingsbyandre.com. And there we go. We got people. Make sure that we're talking. And intro countdown thing. YouTube was picking it up and saying that that the music belonged to somebody else, so they kept demonetizing my videos. So let's try it just with raw. Okay, let's get started with the show for today. And this is the Wall Street and BTC ETFs. What is going on with many of those things? We are seeing great amount of money going into the ETFs for BTC. It's breaking all-time records as we move along. And there's some rumors that there's approximately $25 trillion to go into the ETFs in the next little while. Right now, BTC is only $1 measly trillion. So there's that. So if you're not into the Bitcoin quite yet, what are we waiting for? So let's have a look at what's going on with the BTC, ETF, and Wall Street. I know they're going great gonzo in Wall Street for the BTC. So let's have a look. It seems that there's going to be a lot more secrets coming out about many of the different banking industries that are out there that are actually trying to sign on for a BTC moving forward, or ETF, excuse me. That just means, okay, that they already have BTC in their coffers. So I think we're going to start to see more and more of the banking industry start to either have their own BTC ETFs or partner with BlackRock and that Fidelity and all that sort of thing, which is not uncommon. I remember back in the financial days when I used to do financial advising and all that sort of thing, that was very common for banking and something like BlackRock and Scotiabank doing something together and that sort of thing. So let's get more into the cards, and there's going to be a lot more secrets. We got that moon card, which is secrets coming out of the darkness. Okay, so that's the health of everything right now. I think they're not telling us everything, and I think a lot of things that they're telling us is the exact amount of people that are going to be getting into the ETFs in the next little while. I think there's going to be that $25 trillion, but I think there's going to be more that's going to be coming into those ETFs for BTC. And of course, there's going to be a very good, or not very good, a lack of BTC on the markets moving forward. And as I've said in the past, that if you don't get your BTC soon, there's going to be a lot of instances where you're not going to be able to get any at all, especially when everybody's starting to run to the BTC and filling up their bags. There may not be enough. And of course, everybody's going to be going at the same time as they normally do. I want you to try to beat that in Christmas rush as we move along. I do see that Bitcoin price is going to be skyrocketing in the next little while as all of this starts to happen around April. And of course, in April, we're going to have that happening. And we might have a nice little dip previous to the happening because of American tax season is going to be around that corner, and Canadian, which won't affect the BTC at all, but American tax season is a pretty big one. So expect that, and that's around April 13th or 14th for the US for their tax season. So just be aware of that. It's going to go down a tiny bit, but not by much. Other things that I'm seeing is that there's going to be a lot more banks, of course, getting into the ETFs, and some newer players that are not as big as BlackRock, but pretty darn good in size. So expect many more ETFs to be popping up. And of course, we're going to be getting all the other cryptocurrencies as ETFs in the next little while. I'm picking up June and July is when we're going to really skyrocket on many of the BTC prices in the next little while. Okay, let's get into the next thing. Of course, we have the ripple effect, how BlackRock signals XRP's future. There's some rumor that we have a wonderful person from Facebook. BlackRock signals XRP's future. And there was hints of BlackRock doing an ETF for XRP in the next little while. I'm picking up it's not going to go as big as they think it is or what people think it will. But let's have a look at that. Ho, ho, ho. So for the XRP fans that are out there, I think the health of the XRP is okay, but I think when the ETF comes around, we're going to have an abrupt change in direction. We got the good old death card, which for the price. So whatever the price is doing right now, it's going to take an abrupt change in direction. So if you're expecting huge amounts of people putting their money into XRP, I think it's going to be the opposite when that does happen. I don't see that happening for quite some time. I think it's going to be the Ethereum one next, and probably Chainlink, maybe in that order. There is more speculation about the XRP ETFs going off, but I think XRP doesn't really need an ETF, really, because the way that it's structured. So when it does happen, I don't think it's going to be a huge thing. Okay, let's get into the next thing, and then we'll get into I think there's one more thing. So it was my AI system that I use was suggesting some possible topics for today's show. Spiritual awakening. We are all going through that right now. We have to remember to stay calm as much as you can. I know a lot of people have this anxious feeling and all that sort of thing as we move into the uncertainty. If you're the more calm you are, the more your abilities will start to really work. And this is how we're going to start to embrace our inner power. If you're always living in fear, it's very hard to have a clear reading or message from universe. If you're always uptight or stressed and all that sort of thing, this is where you're going to have to get into more meditative states and starting to realize a lot of the things that are happening around us are just noise. Okay? A lot of things you see on the news, it's just noise. When the politicians are talking, it's just noise. It's a show. Okay? When we start to not focus on those things, then we can start to really realize what's actually going on. Okay? When one of the politicians says something, we have to remember we only give them our power. They only have power over us because we allow it. Don't allow them to have the power over you and having you living in fear. Okay, this is the great lesson that we all have to learn as we move along, is not to live in fear and be the cause of everything and not be reactionary to everything. Okay, so there's our message for today. Let's get into the chat. Boop, boop. And we got our Facebook funny person.
It's not showing up on my Facebook though.
Will we see a Dogecoin ETF in 2027, 2028? I don't think there's going to be an ETF for Dogecoin itself. Okay. There's going to be some other things that are going to be going on with Dogecoin, but an ETF, it will not be one of those things. Okay. It's not really designed for that in mind. It's not a finite resource. Okay. But there are going to be some interesting things that are going to be happening in the next 2 to 3 years with XPay for Twitter. Okay. So that's going to be one of the things that's really going to be bringing up the price of Dogecoin. I don't see an ETF happening for Dogecoin because it's not really designed for that. It's not really part of the brand new financial system moving forward. Okay. Unfortunately, I like Dogecoin. I have a bunch of it and all that. So don't worry. I like it, but I don't see any type of ETF moving forward in 2027, 28, or beyond. Okay. But it is going to be rising in price because of what's going to be happening with the XPay in the next 2 years. So hopefully that answers your question. Can't you use classical music? For the intro. I guess everybody likes the intro. And maybe some Beethoven. Da, 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 da. Or Chopin. That could be an idea moving forward. I'd have to use my video editing and all that wonderful stuff and find a nice clean copy of.
Yeah, we can figure something out.
We'll figure something out. Let me know in the comments down below after the show what you would want to see music-wise, or hear, rather, for the intro. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question. What do you see for Audius and Ronin Cryptos? Well, the first one, I'll put them in the camera here. And let's do the second one. Just be careful of all these brand new cryptocurrencies that are going to be popping out of the woodwork and saying that they're great and super duper. A lot of them are going to be scams. Just like the last time we went through this, there's going to be tons and tons of cryptos. We're better than Bitcoin. Bullshit. But well, this is for the Audius, the tower. Ah, everybody jump out of the window. Everybody on fire. Lightning. Oh my goodness. That explains a lot of things. I don't think. And of course, you got that 3 of Swords. So whatever the people were thinking was going to happen, it's not. Okay, you got a rock in a hard place. Nowhere to go, unfortunately. So there's that. The Ronin Crypto. I think the price is going to be okay. They're going to be a little hung up on what they actually want to do. I don't think for a short period of time, the price is going to be going up in some fashion, but it's not a long-term hold. Okay, so hopefully that answers those questions. What else we got? Living on a prayer. Hi, do you see me ever getting married and settling down? If so, how many years away? My name, you see me married to possibly. Okay.
5 years.
5 years. The wife has spoken. 5 years. To very nice lady or person. Let's get some more.
Green grass, so it's in the summer.
Green grass, summer. Yeah. Nice little house. So 5 years, green grass, summertime. Nice June, July wedding type of thing. I don't think you've met the person quite yet. It's going to be in something that you didn't think of meeting somebody. It's usually how it happens. You're doing something that you don't expect to meet somebody, and there they are. And they're going to be a perfect match in the very, very beginning. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question for you. What else we got? Will BTC drop below 60K USD in April? A little bit, and nothing that I would really worry about. Okay, if you're worried about that, if you're looking for the best price kind of situation, right now is probably the best time. Just because shortage of coins and all that sort of thing. So if you're looking for the best time, right now is that time. The most perfect time, you missed it. And I don't think we're going to be seeing that for quite some time. Okay? Thank you, Anne. Oh, Nick, thank you for the $1.99. When will BTC move to 80K, then 100K? Probably April, May. Probably by the end of 2024, we're going to start to see that situation. Probably 150K in that situation. Usually, it's a little after the happening. Okay, that sort of thing happens. I think it's going to be a little sooner than normal. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question. Vlad the Impaler. High XRP is held down on the 4-year BTC cycle up around now. XRP has lift off some cards, please. Never looked at the XRP today. It does okay. I do see approximately $5 in the next little while. Maybe even 12, but I don't think it's going to be doing that for quite some time. They're going to be getting into some type of situation that they can't navigate themselves out of. And it's not the SEC this time. It's going to be something else that's going to be coming along and throwing a monkey wrench and everything for the next little while. I think they're tripping on their own feet for some reason, and it's not gonna be working out for them too well. Okay, so it could be a good time to accumulate some. Okay, thank you. Will Dogecoin be $1 in 2024? Any idea what month, please? I don't see it being $1 for a little bit of time. I think it's going to be 4 or 5 months from now that you're going to start to see that happen. And it's just because of BTC doing its thing. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. Will Starlink be listed on Coinbase or Kraken soon? No. Here in the distance. No.
I think it's something else, though. I don't know what, but something else. Something else.
Could be going on to something else. Starlink is kind of not that kind of coin that could go on there. I think they're going to be having some issues in the next little while that kind of prevent it from that. Coinbase and Kraken and many of the other cryptocurrency exchanges are starting to clean out a lot of coins that aren't making a lot of money and don't have a lot of traffic. So I don't think they're going to be putting them on because there's not a lot of traffic on these things. Okay, thank you. 3 cards for the mempool on the halving day in April. I expect absolute chaos. Okay. Chaos is what you think, or make it. Or it could be a thing of beauty. It's going to be some type of perfect storm that's going to be happening in that April halving for the mempool. It's going to be something that's kind of missed. People going, okay. It's going to be just fine over that period of time, but it will have some chaos and all that sort of thing. But it's going to be for the better. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Will Audius Crypto 10 times and get $3 per coin before the Bitcoin happening? I think I've heard of this one. No. I think it has a lot of space to run for the next little while. I don't see it getting to that $3 until 3-4 years from now. Okay. I do think it's going to survive everything and eventually get there, but I don't think it's going to get to that $3 evaluation in that time period. Okay. Thank you for that question. Sorry. Did he say a halving of the price of Bitcoin is coming? No. What the halving is they halven the amount of coins that are produced every 10 minutes. And April 14th, 15th is that period of time when all the Bitcoin miners cut the amount of coins by half. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out.
That was the last question.
That was the last question for today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for today. Make sure you make a comment on what kind of music you want to hear. Make sure it's something that's really funky, but old, so it doesn't have copyright claims and all that sort of thing. Or you can just go to your YouTube and go into and pick some. They have music in there that you could use. Okay. With that said, make sure you, if you like personal reading from me, make sure you go to secretreadingsbyandrew.com where all that information is there. If you would like a personal healing with my Reiki Master Wife, that information is there as well. If you like to protect your cryptocurrency in the best possible way, make sure you go to our website where we sell the Trezor cold storage wallet. If you should happen to purchase one from there, we make a little bit of money from that purchase. Okay, with that said, make sure you like, subscribe, share this everywhere. Okay, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.